What's up guys, Jeff Cavalier, ATHLEAN-X.com. What you're about to watch is going to be the most effective arm workout you've ever done. How do I know that? Because I'm going to get you to focus on effective reps. You know, the ones that even Arnold himself has said lead to the most muscle growth. Well, what if there's a way for us to get to these reps more quickly? In other words, with less wasted effort along the way. Well, that's where the 100 workout series steps in this case, the 100 arm workout. But the first exercise up is going to be the classic barbell curl. And as with all the 100 workouts in this series, we're going to start with something we call the ignition set, which is where I'm going to choose a weight that causes me to fail in about the 12 rep range on this exercise. And what you'll be reminded of while you do this set is how easy the first few repetitions are in any set performed to failure in the 12 rep range. Right? That second and third and fifth and sixth rep really aren't that challenging. But the key to what we're doing here is we're trying to perform them to set the stage to get into these more difficult, more challenging, more stimulus-inducing reps that happen towards the end of the set. Now at this point I perform my first rest pause, which is going to be just a 15-second rest before I jump right back into the workout. And it's at this point that the actual workout begins, because your goal for this exercise is to perform 20 effective reps. And these effective reps are the ones that are beginning right now, after the ignition set. You see, the first set here performed after that ignition set is going to be instantly more challenging, because we're able to tap into those type 2 fibers more quickly. But they're also going to be the reps that yield greater results in a much quicker time period. So you perform as many as you can here, and it may be only 4 or 5 or 6 or maybe even a little bit less, but you do as many as you can until you reach failure, and once again you hit another 15-second rest pause period here. Again, you get yourself right back into it and continue to chip away until you've reached all 20 of the effective reps on this exercise. But the work's just beginning, because now we have to shift our focus to the second exercise, and in this case we're going to go to the other side of the arm for our triceps. And my exercise of choice here is going to be the Dumbbell JM Press. And I like this version of the exercise because I don't have to worry about the bar making contact with my face in a way that's unwanted as I work my way up to my 20 effective reps once again in this fatigue state. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to target my shoulders with the dumbbells and allow my elbows to drop and roll a little bit as I extend my arms up overhead. The JM Press is a great way to build up those triceps because it does effectively recruit that long head with a little bit of that pre-stretch on every rep. Now I perform this once again until failure using that ignition set, which will be followed once again by that 15-second rest pause to set the stage for as many sets as it's going to take me to reach the effective rep total of 20 once again. At the conclusion of my 20th rep here, I'm going to rest 3 to 5 minutes as I do between all of the individual exercises in this workout, and I move this time on to the third exercise, going back to the front side of the arm, but actually to a different part of it. We're talking about the brachialis with the crossbody hammer curl. And I like this variation of the exercise because we can get more pronation than we can with a typical neutral grip hammer curl, which is going to allow me to hit more of the brachialis and brachioradialis in the forearm and upper arm, which will give me a little bit of that additional brief respite for the biceps to keep this workout intensity high. And as always, that first set is going to be the ignition set where I'm using that weight that will cause failure in the 12 rep range. Now, for some reason you're finding that mounting fatigue is causing you to reach for lighter dumbbells than you would typically use on this exercise, that's okay. Because remember, your muscles know tension, not necessarily the number on the side of the dumbbell, so simply use the weight that provides the most challenge and causes you to fail in that 12 rep range. After the ignition set, as always, you're going to perform your 15-second rest and then get yourself right back in there again to start repping out. This exercise is slightly easier because of the alternating fashion that we perform it in, which will allow you to kind of have a little bit of additional rest in between reps every single time, but you're still going to be working your way until 20 effective reps have been completed on both the right and the left arm. For the fourth exercise in this workout, we're going back once again to the triceps and back to a classic tricep pushdown. Now, unlike the JM Press, the pushdown is going to focus most of its effort on the lateral and medial heads of the tricep. And with that as the focus, you really just want to make sure that you're getting full, complete extension of the elbow on every single rep. Far too many times I see people shortchange the extension that they get at the elbow. Those 2 inches matter, as they seem to always do. Choose that weight appropriately once again here to reach 12 rep failure on the first set. Do your rest pause 15 seconds and get back into your first of however many sets it's going to take you to once again reach that 20 effective rep total. The nice thing about this exercise and other arm exercises in general is because of the smaller muscle groups and the isolatory focus here, you tend to usually be able to get out around 2 or 3 reps at minimum after every single rest pause period. However, even if that's not the case for you, just continue to get as many as you possibly can, pushing yourself as hard as possible to ensure that you are performing effective reps and let the chips fall where they may. When you reach your 20 reps, you've completed your work for this exercise. Which brings us to the 5th exercise in this workout, and the 3rd time we're hitting our biceps, this time with one of my favorite ways to do it. It's called the Bicep Chin Up, but only in this case serving as our ignition set weapon of choice. Because what you're going to do is perform a set to failure, and the difference between this and a regular chin up is just simply the angle of the elbow when you're performing it. Open up that distance a little bit more. Create more of a 90-degree angle at your elbow as you perform the exercise to ensure that more of the focus is on the biceps and less of it is on the lats. Now, once you've reached failure here, the reps actually start, but in this case, we're doing 10 effective reps, and guess what? You're only doing 1 at a time. You see, because now we're going to perform something called the negative chin hold, where you raise yourself up over that bar and simply just fight that negative 1 time on the way down. And all I want to see here is as slow a descent as you could possibly make. In other words, how much can you fight this? And if you feel that you're struggling here and you can't really even support the weight of your body, you can do a couple things. The easiest thing is just simply to have a bench underneath you and use your foot as a kickstand to sort of unweight some of the weight of your body. It works really easily and it doesn't disrupt the flow of the exercise. After you've reached failure on that rep, you're going to do as you've always done in this workout series. You're going to rest your 15-second rest pause, step yourself right back up to the bar again, and perform yet another eccentric rep. And again, it doesn't really matter how long it takes you to descend on every single rep. The goal here is just simply to perform your best effort to make it extremely challenging, so you want to fight each negative rep with all you've got. Once you've done this 10 times, your work on this exercise is done. You move on to the next exercise, this time once again for the triceps. And here we're looking at the weighted upright dip. And again, this is sort of setting the stage in the ignition set for what's to come after. So we perform 1 set to failure using weight if you need it. If you don't, you just perform a set of bodyweight dips. But you go to failure in the 12 rep range. As soon as I'm done with that, I take my 15-second rest pause. I get back into it. This time, I strip the weight away and I perform pause dips. And again, we want to have that upright torso so that we're focusing more of the effort on the triceps and less of it on the chest or shoulders. The addition of the pause at the bottom of every rep will eliminate any momentum or unnecessary cheat that you might perform on the exercise to make the triceps work harder from that sort of zero momentum state and probably cut down the number of effective reps you can perform at each time pretty significantly. But again, now I'm only looking for 10 effective reps in total, so you continue to chip away as you can until you've reached that amount and performed all that I'm asking for on this exercise. If you've been doing your math all along, you'll see that we've now performed 100 effective reps, 50 for the triceps and 50 for the biceps. But I'm going to give you an additional challenge here, because now I'm going to give you the option for a little bit of additional masochistic muscle work. And we call this a hell in 100. And we're looking for 20 reps of a banded bicep curl done in this no money fashion, again, to target a little bit more of the short head of the biceps by pulling up and away, and pairing that up with 20 reps of the overhead tricep extension. And all you're going to do is go back and forth between the two. There is no specific rest between exercises. Your rest for the biceps is going to be while you're performing your work for your triceps. And you'll see why this is called the hell in 100 pretty quickly. Now, if you have to rest pause, by all means do so, but continue to rep out 20 reps and 20 reps back and forth until you've completed 100 band-resisted reps for each exercise. You should be able to blow through these pretty quickly given the resistance of the load. However, at this point in time, with the work that's already been done, it's going to be a challenge, and one that only some of you may opt to take. If you do, good luck. And as I always do here in this series, guys, I'm going to give you the opportunity now to take a screenshot of this workout, lay it out exercise by exercise and rep by rep. As the old saying goes, guys, you can either train hard or you can train long, but you can't do both. If you're willing to train hard, I can cut that workout length down dramatically, but you need to put the effort in. If you're looking for more workouts in this series, guys, check out the 100 chest workout and the 100 shoulder workout. If you found them helpful, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. And also, guys, if you're looking for full programs, you can find them at ATHLEAN-X.com. All right, guys, good luck.